Good evening, Internet, and welcome to Top Shift number 48. Now, I haven't done one of these for a little while. My fault completely, and I do apologise. So as we do a flyby by this planet, allow me to explain a few things.
Engaging cruise.
I made the mistake.
3, 2, 1, engage.
Mistake in my opinion, of upgrading to Windows 10. Now, when you upgrade to Windows 10, one of the things that goes is the Windows Movie Maker. It's not supported by Windows 10, so all my movie making stuff has basically gone to pot. Now, I've had to relearn how to use a different package, and this is the first time I'm using it, so if it's a little ropey, I do apologise. However, there might
Exiting now.
There might be a chance that you might be able to hear me a bit better than usual. We'll just have to wait and see how this goes. Right, at the moment, this is 1.4. Now, I've already covered CQC, and we're coming in close to a new capital ship that's in this system.
Change
I
camera.
just thought I'd have a close look at it. Now, I have finally made a ranking in the Empire, and if you get too close to these things, they decide to open fire on you. So I've got to be a big... Oh, look, you can see the warning right there. So I think we'll leave. We'll say hello, have a good look. Because the ship is hidden behind the planet, in the planet's shadow, it's not the best view of one. But it's nice to see a Federal battleship every now and again. Now, 1.4. Now, the main upgrade of 1.4 was definitely CQC. I've touched that in a previous video. However, there are little additions to 1.4 that actually help make the whole game feel a little bit more lived in, if you see what I mean. As you can see, it's still too dark. Even the Python doesn't come out too well there, which is a bit of a shame. So yes, 1.4, what else does it include? Well, 1.4 includes 3 new ships, which is very, very useful.
Taking higher resolution photo.
So, we've got the Imperial Eagle. Now, I've already covered the Imperial Eagle in the previous one. Not as manoeuvrable as the original Eagle, but certainly a lot faster. It looks cooler, and it has a Type 2, or Class 2 hardpoint, which means that it can carry a heavier beam laser or heavier missile pylon. I had a quick go at it with earlier, and it's actually quite fun to fly. Mostly because of the speed. You feel like you're in a serious hot rod. But there are another 2.
Engaging super cruise.
There are another 2 Federal ships added, and that's the gunship and the assault ship. Now they're both based on the Federal dropship, and both of them are serious heavy hitters. They turn like absolute pigs, but they're up there. They can certainly scare a Python. I'll say that. I've had a couple of nasty encounters with them, and let me just say that a poor Python doesn't stand much of a chance if you're up against a good pilot behind the wheel, especially if they spent a fortune out rigging it. So those are the 3 new ships. I mean, the gunship that I saw a gunship take apart a Type 9 quite, and it just cut it to ribbons so quickly. It's a little bit scary to come across either of them. And I'm hoping, as we'll do this flyby and watch this wonderful sunrise in space. As you can see, it's still... I think actually in 1.4 they've gone and improved the graphics engine. As you can see, I think it's a little bit smoother. Going to hyperspace, however, it's still got a little bit of a jitter, a little bit of a frame rate drop. But when you're actually close to planets and when you're still flying close to suns, I think they might have improved the engine from the previous version. In the previous version, of course, there was a little bit of controversy because it looked like they screwed up some of the graphic settings, especially if you're in nice. Well, you can see a hurricane up there, just above that city. Yeah, they'd gone and screwed up the fog effects so that when you were flying through ice fields or rings around gas giants, then it didn't look as pretty as 1.2. From the way I understand it, I think those graphical improvements have been put back in. Now, there are other things which have been added. Now, the first thing is that we have hazardous resource extraction sites. These are the ultimate extraction sites for Risk. We'll just jump out here. And a hazardous resource extraction site has
Jumping.
no police and the richest metals you can find, and pirates a go-go. Now, this is another thing that's in. You'll see here we've got a legal salvage mission, or a salvage target. This is quite interesting because I thought when we get to these places you could actually scoop without a problem. You'll see what it's like in a minute. But the other two items which are of interest to everybody are compromised nav beacons. Now, they are basically one of the tricks you can do for bounty hunting is you effectively fly to a nav beacon and basically hang around until you see someone who's wanted, or you scan someone who's wanted, and then you go after them. And every now and again the police will turn up and give you a hand. A compromised nav beacon, the police will never turn up, and it's just you versus the pirates.
Super Cruise drive disengaging.
And here we are. Now, if we look through here somewhere, here we are. Now, I was expecting some kind of legal salvage. What I've got here is an escape pod. Now, if I scoop that, I think if it was like the old games, they automatically become a slave. And I don't want to do that. I'm not a slaver, so instead of rescuing the person, I'm going to have to leave them there. I just wish that you could have sort of rescue missions and things like that, but missions are being looked at in 1.5, so that's something to look at. Now, I thought that was a legal salvage mission. Legal salvage missions are actually available.
Engaging jump.
Are available from the mission board, the bulletin board. So, right, here we are, leaving on what we've called the Bacon Run. And up ahead there, that was a gunship, so that was one of the new ships that are in there. Now, the other things that have been added, and one of the most important ones.
Engaging jump drive. Afterburners engaged.
Just get some space away from the station here. I've got a 4-jump.
Charging frameshift drive.
A 4-jump trip to Neonek in order to drop off a load of animal meat, because there's a bacon community goal where if you bring a load of bacon or beer, then they're having a big party. So
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
For some reason they like their bacon butties with beer, or anything else that's slightly more potent. And there we have one of those sticking bits. It's the new hyperspace effect. I'm not completely taken with it. It does seem a little sticky. I don't know whether it's my graphics card or whether it's a bug in the game.
Fuel scooping.
Python, I'm going to have to get rid of that fuel scoop because the trip doesn't need a fuel scoop.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Yep, there has been a major change to power plant damage. Now, if you're up against a big ship,
Jumping.
Frameshift drive charging.
if you're up against a big ship, such as a Python, like this one, or a Anaconda, one of the ways to take it down quicker than normal was to hit its power plant.
4, 3,
And boom.
1. Engage.
But a lot of Anaconda owners complained about that. It made their ships too vulnerable. So they've gone and changed how the power plant is damaged. There's a small chance of instant destruction. Otherwise, you get malfunctions or half power output and things like that. Which is a bit of a shame, because the one weak point of the Vulture was its power plant. And if that's kind of strengthened the ship, I think that's made it a little bit more overpowered. But we'll just have to wait and see how that turns out. And for those of us
Engaging
Frameshift
jump.
drive charging.
And for those of us who backed at a certain level, we've got a free Imperial Eagle somewhere. So probably in Shinrata Desra, which is, if you're a backer at a certain level,
3,
that's the
2, 1. Engage.
that's the Pilots Federation homeworld, which is, I think, hundreds of light years away from I am at the moment. So what I'm doing at the moment is I'm doing the bacon run, if you see what I mean. Trying to get a little bit more in the community goal. The previous community goal didn't seem to go down too well. Oh, look at that. That's a neutron star. I can't get too close to them because they'll basically fry me. So I think we'll stay away from the neutron star. Not good. Yeah, the previous community goal was Sothis, which was taking gold out to
Jumping.
Frameshift
a
drive
system
charging.
so far away. It actually made the hut and run look easy. So I'm glad I missed that one out, because I was 200, 300 light years away, and just about to go for my first Imperial mission.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
So, what's my conclusion about 1.4? Well, the new additions, such as the new resource sites, compromising our beacons, etc., I think it's added a little bit more, given the galaxy a little bit more depth, and that's always a good thing. CQC, it's mental, I love it, and also Frontier are now starting a competition.
Fuel scoop
There is a
disengaged.
£10,000 prize or $15,000 prize for the person who wins the first CQC competition. I'm thinking of going for it myself, because I had a quick go at CQC last night and went from helpless to mostly helpless in one night. So everyone beware my mighty Condor with its pulse lasers. Mind you, having said that, next time I'm in there, I'll probably get absolutely hammered. But less said about that, the better. In other Elite news, well, Fantasticon is just around the corner. Last year it was a science fiction convention run by Fantastic Books, who did most of the Elite fiction. And I must admit, we're doing it again this year. And I'll be taking along my miniatures game to that, which I've been working on quite a lot for the last month or so. We've got a few extra gaming PCs, which I'll put a photo up right at the very end, and it'll be interesting to beta test it, see how it does. I've got a few people lined up to enjoy our tournament, with a few surprises on the way, so that'll be nice. But with any of these elite events, it's very nice to catch up with people in the community, and I'm looking forward to meeting you all there. So, we're finally coming in. You'll see there's an awful lot of hollow squares here. These are other commanders who are running into the station. The one thing about when you approach here, you do worry that one of them might decide to have a little cheeky interdiction, and the hackles go up whenever a ship flies past quite close. So, well, now that I've finished all the Elite fiction, I do have my own top 10 list of. So here's my personal preference of all the Elite fictions starting in the reverse order. At 10, I would put Hear the Wheel by John Harper. 9,
Disengaging
Docking is
Super
Difficult,
Cruise.
although I am going to go back and try and reread that one because I think I was very disappointed at the ending. Then we have T. James's Out of Darkness at number 8. Number 7, Nim
Locking
or
onto
Ensis,
target.
Glance novels. Then Wanted, another Glance novel. Finally,
Afterburners
we
engaged.
have Elite Legacy, which is the book which comes with the game. And number 4, Tales from the Frontier, which the majority of the stories are well worth reading, and the audiobook is even better. Mostly Harmless by Kate Russell at number 3. Again, the audiobook there is top notch.
Change
And
camera.
in equal first place, we have Lave Revolution by Alan Stroud, who also does the music on this for Top Shift, but I'm not holding that against him. And Lave Reclamation by Drew Wagar.
Deploying landing gear.
So, to be honest, all of those books,
Landing
if
gear
you're an Elite
deployed.
fan, I would recommend. But that's my personal choice or ordering of the books that we have so far. I think then, as we've docked at the station, we'll have to call it a night. Now that I've got the hang of this new editing software, I'll probably be doing more of these in the near future. So thank you very much, and good night.
Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
Change camera.